Alright, so you see this right here? Don't worry about what that says. Worry about what this entails. I wish that it was, you know, there was a way to really filter that out. And even though it's a minor detail, or a minor annoyance, it's just something that I wish I could just kind of filter that out so that because see, here's the thing. I am actually recording on the device that's recording for a lot of the majority of my scheduler. And I'm going to stop this video because I don't have a whole lot of room, but I will add this on to the beginning of the official video itself until this gets done uploading to YouTube for Final Fantasy IV, because that's what we're on. I just wanted to let you all know that, honestly, this is what I think should happen. It should let you filter it out so that, depending on what device you're on, because you could have, like, a few devices, like, one to, like, I don't know, reply on, the other one just upload. The other one should just be like an uploading thing. Because the thing is, as well as it, what you're not considering is the idea that when it's uploading on the one said device, it's not actually on the other device. So what is the point of that? So, I don't know. Anyway. Like I said, I'm going to cut it off here, but don't worry, we'll be back. I will be recording one more episode, and then I'm going to record some more Suikoden, and I'm going to try to hop on Pokemon Fire Red. I have not been hopping onto it, I'm sorry. I was going to hop onto it later, yesterday, but it just didn't happen. So, whatever I do, I'm going to try to do. I don't know yet. I haven't decided whether or not I want to do this during Sunday or not, to kind of take over for a little while until I can get back into recording some more Pokemon. I already got through recording a short video. It wasn't very long, maybe 21 minutes, I think, or something. Worth just going out with the Pokemon that I have, that I decided to go with different kind of, we only call them types. I don't understand such logic, but anyway. Like, in other words, I don't get the idea why it has to be like, oh, it has to be like a disadvantage. Really. Because, literally, it's just crazy. Anyway, I'm going to stop this now. But I just wanted to talk about that real quick. Later. Well, it's been a day or two. It was a day I didn't do nothing except watch TV. I wrapped up a show because, I couldn't, do it without starting it over, because whenever they decide to release, or not fully release episodes, you gotta wait. So that's what I did. And now I'm watching another show I've been waiting forever for them to fully release for season 2. And now it's done. So that means I gotta start from the beginning. Now you might think, well, why don't you just start from season 2? Because I don't remember all that much about season 1. I have to get through season 1 to remember what the hell happened. Sometimes you watch something enough, you'll skip through like, oh yeah, I remember this, and you go through like, I don't remember that. But I do remember this. Oh, well, whatever. Well, you don't remember anything at all. So I've seen this show. What was that? Anyway, a few times now. Not as many as I have most shows. I would say that the show I mainly watched, a whole bunch of, but I couldn't watch today because I get a headache from it. It was Gundam Wing. Even though I have seen also Black Cat, yes, aka Train Hartnett, aka I don't remember the name. But anyway, Chronos number 13. I've seen that show a bunch of times. And I can still kind of watch it without getting a headache because I didn't watch that as much as I did Gundam Wing. Or Mumble Gasuke Gundam Wing. I've seen G Gundam quite a few times. But that was back when I had English dub. For some reason, they're still refusing to release in English dub on Crunchyroll. Anyway. So this video I was watching, I have seen before, has sit there and it did like they were bringing anything but a backpack at school. So what happened was they literally put out there it was either the hood of a car, a bumper, or the rear end, something like that. They brought that to school. I'm like, what the? Are you serious right now? Even though this is not a good idea to fast forward to this on this thing, for some reason it can't handle it. I mean, it was doing fine when it first began. And by the way, I got a little bit of a cracked screen, but it's not too bad. Yeah, so I'm trying to absolutely go through it all and, do enough of this to get her enough of what I can for now. Because I think you can only do so much as far as her white magic is concerned. Yeah, you can learn more dark spells later with her. Not sure they're going to be as quite as advanced as, this game is going to be kind of long, but not long enough. Now there is a spell that we will not be able to see until plotline purposes. So do bear that in mind. So, yeah. And unfortunately, though, we may have to sell off items. That is a risk I'm willing to take, as long as it's something I can't get back. Like, in other words, if I have to, I'll sell off all my potions, and then I'll get it back, I guess. Yeah, see, always all set. Actually, I'm probably going to get rid of Maiden's Kiss, because I think we can find that. Let me go to the, most item stores sell them. But not all. Not all stores actually sell the same amount of items. In fact, there are items you won't even see until much later either. Yeah, Maiden's Kiss. I can get rid of that. I have that too. I don't need eye drops. If I had to do it, I might need... Oh my goodness. I actually have glacial greens. And I'm going to go grab a few because I don't know when I'm going to be able to buy any later on or not. So I'll figure about like that much should do for now. That way if I do run into where I can find a chocobo forest, which I think there's one coming up, but I'm not going to swear to that. Anyway, so that's a good time to get her HP up. Yeah, we don't have to do this, but if we don't do this now, you're not gonna get a good opportunity to unlock all the white spells you can. Once we get to the plain plot point, I feel there is no more. Because while you can unlock some things, but you won't be able to fully unlock what you can. That's it. I'm not really worried about the dark spells as I am the white spells. Those are the very rarest of all things that she can learn for what little she can. Which makes her far more handy. Unlike Final Fantasy V. I know that I do like the game, don't get me wrong. It's the idea that, well, you know, I'll show you more later. Yeah. You know, if Lydia was strong on her own, or I happen to rely on Cecil, I'd just see if I could just knock him out so that she can level up, because she's the only one that matters right now. Especially because, well, Cecil doesn't really need to level up at any point. Not at all. Problem is, oh, we can do it. Well, I don't want to do that right now because, like I said, she's not all that strong right now on her own. She doesn't have enough stuff in her arsenal anyway to fight against enemies. And by the way, just so you know, it's also a waste of time to constantly look at how much experience points you need. There's no way to tell what level she'll get it. I don't know. I'm not going to look it up. I don't care. I am just going to do this as much as I can. And you might see where it says summon. Don't worry about that right now. There's absolutely, I mean this, absolutely nothing right now. She's got up to 100, but that's not the only thing we need to worry about. We'll be able to get more, what do you call it, HP a little bit later on too, once we get to where we need to be as well. So, I'm really not really worried about the HP anyway, as much as I am learning what I can with her for white magic. So, you can either skip this, I don't really care, it doesn't matter to me, but, you know, it makes her more handy. Because you're going to need that. I mean, most of the games, you're probably going to not need more than one white mage. This game, you're going to need at least a couple, maybe. Especially if you run out of items or something. But, you know, at the time, you don't really need as much of a deal. That. And yeah, I had to actually delete that part. So it's actually, what time is it now? 4:33 p.m. And I forgot what day it was that I originally recorded this, but I'm recording the second half of this. I don't know if I'll put that in the description, and I don't know if it even matters or not. But, yeah. You know. I want to be careful at this point because we're really low HP. Yeah, so, because today is, believe it or not, Sunday, July the 9th of the year 2023. Memory serves. Let me look it up here. Yep. Yeah, see, that's why I like to look on things. Even though that, I mean, like, if I didn't have the use of a phone or a computer, I wouldn't know. As much as that may sound crazy to most of you, like, oh, well, why wouldn't you know? Because even though that there are calendars and stuff like that, I'm not going to know what day it is. Alright, most of the time I can pretty much tell, but the most the most majority anymore is with technology. So in a way, it's good that we have technology. The bad thing is, if we didn't have it, you wouldn't even know for sure to confirm. Because I know, and yeah, if you had somebody that was there, but that's the thing. After that time, you know, people that you know, you can be rely on. Sometimes they don't know what it is, and they have to rely on you. And if you don't know, well, then you're screwed. Like, how do I know what today is? Or somebody else might have the use of technology. I'm not going to run all the way down there 2,000 blocks away to find out at some loan agency that I may or may not be paying at. Say, hey, do you know what today is? Yeah, today is the, what was today? Oh, yeah, January the 1st. For example. You know. And then suddenly, or if I decide to drive that far, oh, well, you know, my car is broke down, got no gas, or there's no electricity to plug my car into. You know. The bad thing about having electricity cars is that it's not all over. I'm not kidding you. In the town that I'm in, and where I know I go to for most things, they don't have that either. So, despite what you may say and think about electricity cars, you're not going to find every single town and city in the entire world that has that. So, more than me, I don't know. I don't control it. I didn't say no. I didn't say yes. I just said I don't care. But, and again, I don't matter. I mean, to me I do. Don't get me wrong. But to them, because they're not gonna ask some random dude, whatever the hell I'm at, do you care if we put Tesla crap in your town? I don't know. Maybe. Really, they're not going to ask me, or they're not even going to ask you if it's okay if they put it up to the next town closer. You know? Or any town. So. Anyway. Yeah. So the reason why I'm doing this now, because as well, like I said, I'm going to be deleting videos as I go along. No point in having them. These are fresh, brand new, and, you know, I'm not really worried about the old versus the new. I'm going to try to do even better than that. Ooh, nice. A Phoenix down. Now that's very rare. I tell you one thing I do like about this is that unlike on Super Nintendo, you don't get a Beastery as far as I know. So. Or maybe there's might be some games, but this one here is the only one I know of, or the one console. You know, that actually does it. Then again, I haven't really looked into the old games. I remember not seeing it though. You know, there it is. She learned poison. Again, I'm not worried about that. Where's the rest of her white magic? Yeah. See, she might have cure, sight, and hold, but we need more than that. I don't give a hootenanny about any of our dark spells right now. I could have learned that later in the daggum cave. So that's what makes this so tedious is when you're trying to learn all that we can with her white magic, which might take a little bit, you know, and in the meantime time, you're learning spells that are absolutely, well, they're good to learn, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, you know, you're not learning the other stuff that actually matters at this point, and there's not much point doing it. I don't know if that makes any sense or not, but that's just the way it goes. I'll be back. So, yeah, I watched Shinda is Dead. And you remember thinking, huh? What's a Shinda? Or who's Shinda? Well, I'm just gonna say this. I'm no expert, but it doesn't sound like it is supposed to be. The legendary hero is dead. But then again, to be fair, like I said, I'm not an expert on this. What that means in English. Because Shinda just sounds like a name and not something that's supposed to be meaning, oh, it's a legendary hero. I don't know. That's what it sounds like to me. Like I said, not an expert. So don't ask me. I'm not your go-to expert about most things. But most things I am quite a bit of an expert on, I would say. Yeah, and I'm going to say something else. The dart comes in handy. He has. Makes the battle go faster. You know, I might be losing out on HP, but it's like one of the best tools that we actually have here. You know. You know, sometimes, you know, into the fact of actually not really like every other day or anything, but every now and again I do like to take breaks from doing stuff and not even bother to record. And not just because of whether or not I have plenty of videos. Sometimes there's that, but then that gives me plenty of time to absolutely just do what I gotta do. Even if it's catching up on shows, whatever the case may be, you know. You know, or just kind of catching up with some games, trying to get them leveled up, everything else, you know. You move out of the way. Thanks. Anyway. So, yeah. I didn't mean to go up there again. And I didn't mean to go out there. Yeah, anyway. So, I'm not even sure what episode I'm on for this show that I'm actually watching here. Let me look it up real quick. Episode 1. Couldn't remember. Seemed like that might be it. So I hope you guys are doing well, staying safe and driving safe if you're driving, or, you know, keeping all that together. So there is something I could comment on, but, you know, I don't want to. The same simple fact that it just doesn't make any chronological sense. So, I don't know. I don't even know how to be about the whole situation, to be honest with you. Because it's basically almost like it's a bait trap. That's all I can say on that issue. So, yeah. Yeah, I've been meaning to sort that, I guess. Got 16 geisha grains, geisha grains actually, that's what they're actually called, not geisha, called geisha. Get it right. Anyway. So, I guess 16 of those I should be last for a little while, because it's not going to be very often that we go to the Fat Chocobo. With that said, however, because, you know, I'll be able to buy more. So I'm not worried about that so much as I am being able to visit it as many times as I need to when I need to have a way to store stuff that I'm not going to wind up using. And then again, what's the point of the system? You don't ever use it anyway. I mean, what's the point? You think about it, really. So, I don't know. That's why I like it when it goes fast. Did she level up already? Yeah, she did. But did she learn anything? Like white magic, hopefully? No. Alright, fine. I guess I'll do this off screen. But I want to do more of that Pokemon thing first of all. If I do anything. Yeah, I know. It sucks watching somebody, grind and stuff. And some people might find it actually entertaining. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm not one that generally gets into the grinding scene, but, watching someone constantly, generally, just do it. I guess it would also depend on what they're doing and what they're talking about or whatever that makes it as just as half as worth watching it. I don't know. Like I said, I guess, but then again, I'm not an expert on how other people feel about watching things and whatnot. Some people can just watch them and generally be okay with, like, oh, okay. Yeah, I noticed that like Pokemon, while you're in the battle, it'll stay on the same move. Oh. Anyway. Can't wait to get some more Pokemon videos out, because I know we're getting close to the end of the game. Or what seems like it, maybe, I don't know. I know I gotta get like at least 4 more badges and then probably get through, I guess, another region. I don't know how that works, because I don't think I've ever even been that far. So, well, yeah, I will try and do more Pokemon, but it ain't gonna be all the Pokemon. I'm not even gonna challenge myself to do all the Final Fantasy, all the Zelda games. It's just not gonna happen. I'm just gonna play what I want to, and that's it. Shut up. So, yeah. Well, anyway, that's all the time that I have for this episode. And, I know it's kind of boring seeing it from another guy's perspective or whatever. And then some people think it's pretty interesting. I do too, but at the same time, if I'm playing a game completely blind, I don't want to spoil myself any more than I already have to. You know what I mean? Like if I need a guide or whatever, and I don't mind if I've already been past that point, whatever. But as far as watching the whole daggum game from beginning to end, I'm not going to do all that. Not until I've completed the game myself. Like, oh, that's how they did it. Good thing I did it my way. Because it seemed to work out. That's what depends on what it is specifically. Like, sometimes it could be like, oh, they did it that way. No wonder why I couldn't get past it. No wonder why I couldn't beat that one little thing and couldn't beat it, Now I gotta go and do what they did. Like I said, sometimes it depends on what it is. And sometimes it's gonna be like, oh, well, it's a good thing I did it my way, because I like what my way went. But I'm gonna count it as a win since it actually, it succeeded. There's no wrong way to do a game. Really isn't. I mean, unless you glitch it up so badly and figure out how to. You really screw it up. And there is a way to screw up a game. There really is. But you gotta know what the hell you're doing. I kind of sort of know what I'm doing, but not quite. Not enough to mess with coding. And that's a whole different thing about it. It's like, or if you put it into a virus and put it into it, yeah, you probably could if you knew what the hell you were doing. And I'm not recommending it. And I'm not recommending it, nor am I suggesting it. I'm not even saying that's a good thing. I'm just saying, if you could, that would be a bad way to do things. I mean, I don't really think about it much, but yeah, if you really must know, yeah, that would be the only way to do it. Really. You know, if you wanna throw a book at the daggum screen, you go ahead. You throw it at the controller, go ahead. It ain't gonna change the difficulty of it. It might make you feel better, but I'm just gonna say this. Not that it's a good idea to throw a controller, but if you have to, because there's been lots of people who do that. Yeah, make sure you have a backup controller in case that one gets busted or no longer works or is as good as that, because otherwise, or have a controller you can throw around you don't care about, because literally it's just there for that reason, to be thrown around, so you don't screw up the one that's there that you're primarily using and you want to use. Either way, as long as you've got a backup plan in case something happens, it's like, okay, good, I can still play this game. Yeah. That's what I highly recommend if you're going to do that. I mean, I wasn't fortunate enough to do it, so I don't speak from experience. Like, oh yeah, well I had another controller just in case, you know. No, I don't speak from that kind of experience. I just from the idea that I understand the idea that if you're going to do it, it's going to be a good idea if you had the money. If you don't, well, I ain't gonna say nothing. Ain't up to me. I'm not judging. Okay. You want to throw that controller, you go right on ahead. I'm not going to say nothing. I'm not going to say, oh, you're such a bad loser because you threw your own controller. Now you got to go replace it. But you also got to wait now if you don't have the money, you know, that kind of thing. You know, I've had consoles that broke down on me, computers that broke down on me. I've had to wait a month or so before I can get another one. Yeah. Meantime, I was bored. This was before I even knew that there was an ability to watch things and stuff, or how to wait it. Even then, it was like, well, you know, all that stuff. But anyway, so if today was your birthday, as of Sunday, July the 9th, trying to think here, sorry, I'll pause for a bit there anyway. Year 2023, well, happy late birthday, and as of whatever the original recording was, I don't know. I don't remember, but it'll be at the beginning of this. And also, because I did promise I was going to edit to this, also, if it is your birthday by the time this comes out, you know, the drill, happy birthday, you know, anniversary. And if you haven't already, subscribe if you enjoyed, like the video, give me a couple of views, you know. That's it. No comment necessary, no money, no comment, just that. Oh, that and sharing, yes, please share your video. Everywhere that you can, that'll get us more attention. There are people who are actually going to want to watch this, because I know people are going to watch it. Unless they're lying. I have no way to prove that. Unfortunately, that's the way some things go. Alright, until then, later.